Oh, so we're gonna talk about Dolph and Matt, their merch deals, and then a little bit of what Tony talked about today.
Dolph and Mac. Okay. And then you can, I don't know what Tony covered, so I'll let you handle that side.
Okay. Okay, stop coughing, Josh. Oh, let me make sure we're live. We are.
All right, you let me know when.
Go for it.
Welcome everybody back to another episode of Turnbuckle Talk with myself, the Kraken Wrestling, and Josh. Josh, I hope you had a fantastic start to your week. I know you had a very wide open weekend. So how was that? First off,
Yeah, I went to a local wrestling show, Colorado Springs Wrestling, and they put on a really big show. They had their biggest turnout to date. They were sold out. And the main event was Niles Blood, the champion, CSW heavyweight champion, and he defended against Silencio. So that was cool. It was Mucha Lucha, so it was a lucha themed event. They had a few people come in. Luchas come in. I believe they were from either New Mexico or Kansas. I don't remember exactly where. They were really good. They put on a good match. There was also the return of, if you're a Colorado indie fan, you know, Delta Jr. He returned from injury recently, and he had his first match back as part of CWC CSW, and he won the Young Dragons title, which was in a Lucha Extreme match. So there was like weapons all over and ladders and everything. It was really cool. A lot of other really good matches. I got a few interviews. I've already posted the one with Delta Jr. up today. I got another interview I'm going to post with the world champion, Niles Blood, tomorrow, I believe, because tomorrow's Wednesday. Tomorrow, and then I'll have another interview up with the owner, Chad, probably by Friday.
nice.
So it was good though. And then I also helped set up the ring, and in the sense of not like I didn't set it up, but like I helped carry things in. So I literally got there. My friend that I met there, like as soon as I was pulling in, he was like, "Hey, they're letting us in early," because I had got there like maybe 15 minutes before they were gonna let us in to start setting up. And so I got there, and I was gonna like record everything, like help like record setting up and everything. But as soon as I got there, I just put my gloves on and just walked right to the back of the truck and started helping. So I carried in one of the ring posts, fucking heavy. Well, I didn't by myself, but like I helped carry in a ring post. Probably took in one of the apron pieces, and then we took in a few like metal that goes underneath, like that'll help support the wood. And then a few pieces of wood, and then I was red as Brock Lesnar's fucking face in a match with fucking John Cena, dude. I've never seen myself so red before. I went and sat in my car and put my air on me because I was like, okay, I need to take catch some breath. And I took in a lot, you know, and then like and it wasn't just like you're putting it down, like I'm carrying it in, and then we're putting it in place. So,
Yeah.
and everything was heavy. I was sore for like a day and a half, dude. Like immediately after I was good. Like I sat in my car, I had the air on me, dude. My face was so red, and then I looked at my watch, checked like my heart. It said it peaked at 178. I was like, oh my god,
Jesus. So that stuff was heavy then.
For me, I mean, it's the first time I've ever done it, but yeah, and it was like it wasn't like I just carried things alone. It was like I had one end, someone held the other end. One time, one person like grabbed two of the wood, and I was like, oh fuck, here we go, because they're so heavy. So I had one wood on each, and they were brutal. That was probably where it peaked at. I think that's the one that killed me the most. But dude, it was fun. At the end of the day, it was fun. The show was good, and it was fun interviewing people after and stuff. But yeah, good time.
Yeah, I think I seen the one interview that you had posted with the guy that came back from injury.
Delta.
That was a very good interview. It was.
That was my first ever interview like that. That was literally the first one I did. So I'm actually kind of going to be posting them in the order I filmed them. It's funny, they progressively got worse in my opinion, but of course I'm my own worst critic. So, the one that's coming up tomorrow will be the world champ Niles Blood. I think that one will be okay. I feel like that one might not have went as long. And then the one with Chad, y'all know I'm 420 friendly and I smoke. So, in between the interview with Niles, the champ, and the owner, there was a smoke circle outside with a few things going around, and I participated and came back to my throat being full of, I guess, phlegm, if you will, and spit up, and it was just when I felt like I needed to talk, I was like, oh. So that last interview, I have not watched it back yet, so I have no idea how that's even turned out. It's just sitting in my fucking phone waiting for me to watch it, dude. I haven't watched that one yet. I've only watched the one with the two wrestlers. I haven't watched the one with the owner yet because I didn't even like it. I even fucked up. I know I have to trim a part out in that one because I fucked up at one point because I even laughed at myself. Before I
That's
told them,
good
I was
though.
like, "This is my first interviews ever," so bear with me.
It gets easier. That's what they say. So
I hope. But yeah, so I'm gonna definitely try to go there next show. I saw that they're already almost out of VIP tickets, which is their front row, which is what I've said at the last two. So I'm gonna try to jump on it when I can. But yeah, super fun. But we have a lot to talk about in this week of wrestling. So obviously we talked about it already, but Matt Cardona, we saw him on Friday. We talked about if he was gonna like be signed with WWE now because he came out as Zack Ryder. So we were like, whoa, you know what the heck? That's kind of different
yeah,
after the whole Zack Ryder's dead stuff that he was doing for a while there. And then we saw last night on Raw, which we'll start, I guess, off with this real quick, just because, we're going to start with NXT after this, but we're just the news portion. We saw Dolph last night. He was the answer to Solo in the John Cena tournament. So he came out as Dolph and not Nick Nemeth as well. Obviously, both have been working with TNA. But it did come out that both Matt and Nick, obviously because they both got merch, aren't signed, and it's just merch deals with WWE.
Yep.
So that's pretty cool, especially for people who are big fans of them and wanted some type of merch from them as those characters. Now's your time to get it.
yeah. And then I seen on top of that, Cardona posted something and tagged Karrion and Cross in it, like "Eat your heart out" or something like that.
Oh,
And
yeah.
yeah. I thought that was nice. Just trying to, I guess,
Yeah, he
still
was like, I
feud
don't know how
there.
accurate the trending or top selling is on the WWE website, but eat your heart out
Yeah,
cross or something like that. But it's pretty cool to see that they got those type of merch deals while like not being under like the WWE umbrella and still being able to go do the thing in TNA or wherever else.
yeah. But I think we'll see Cardona still make appearances here and there. I just don't think he'll sign back. I think he's happy doing what he's doing.
Yeah, for sure. So there was a Ariel Helwani podcast, as always, the Ariel Helwani show. I don't know if you ever watched it. He's a big MMA journalist. I've followed him for years in the MMA realm, but he's really kind of like covering sports, almost everything now from days. He had Tony Khan on the podcast, and if you know as well, that's where CM Punk did the interview earlier this year, last year, whenever he did that interview. And he like had a lot of quotes come out about AEW. Anyway, so if Tony finally was on this show, among some of the things they talked about was he was asked about Andrade, Chris Jericho, Britt Baker, and just updates on them. So Andrade, he said that he's on the best of terms with the AEW, but
Right.
he's thrilled to see him again whenever he is free, and he hopes to work with him again. And then Ariel Helwani asked him if he's misrepresented his status following leaving the WWE. And then signing with AEW, Khan said that he couldn't speak with that. We can't talk about it.
Makes sense. There's a lot of legal stuff there. Tons of
Yeah.
legal stuff.
So then when it comes to Chris Jericho, Tony Khan just said that he loves to have Chris Jericho in AEW. He's always welcome to be here. He's a former world champ and stuff like that. And he says it's just about working out dates with guys like Chris. And when asked about his contract expiring this year, Tony didn't comment on it. But Jericho has said earlier that his contract will expire at the end of the year. So Tony didn't confirm that, but Chris has said that.
Yeah. Chris has been very open about his contract here recently. He's been talking about, we've seen the interview that he done on Busted Open, talking about TNA being looking like the
Looking like
second
number 2 at
biggest.
BFG. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So like, there's hints there. There's subtle hints, I guess, that he's leaving and not renewing. But then yet again, it's Jericho. Things can change very quickly.
And then he talked about Britt Baker because he was asked about her. And basically, it's just the same thing. He said, I'm still looking for the right time with Britt, which I don't get that really personally, is what he said. Would love to have her back in AEW, and she's going to be back, he believes, in AEW and hopes so soon. It has to be the right situation for her and everyone involved. I want to make sure she's 100%, and that's important to me, is what he said.
I mean, she could have been in Blood and Guts. Like, she was a original that could have made that milestone as well.
Oh, 100%.
But
So
I don't see how that wasn't the right time. But
so amongst other things they talked about, he was asked about the CM Punk footage, if he thought that was, if he should have aired it now, in retrospect. Tony just said he thought this footage spoke for itself. on the situation. Um, and just talked about the only other things he talked about was like Darby Allin. The only other time that he thought Darby Allin went too far was in the Sting retirement match, going through the glass from the ladder. Talked about that he's still close with Dana White, even though Dana is UFC and TKO. He did ask him about the whole Harvey Weinstein comment, or something. I don't remember. Talked about the counter programming. Tony Khan said it hasn't hurt them at all. He says, and he knows they're doing it on purpose. It's not like oh, hey, this date's available. Let's put a show. He compared it again to the whole Crockett situation back in the 80s. That's why he sold to Ted Turner, because WWF kept counter programming. But yeah, I mean, that's about it, really. I mean, kind of talked about a lot, though.
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot there, but Tony can't really say, I don't think, as much as he wants to right now about some things. Because of course, like Andrade, legal situation. Jericho, because of course he doesn't really know what Jericho wants to do. The Britt Baker thing, I feel like she should have been back if she's still truly under contract. There is one thing
Yeah, I
I
don't know why
did
she's
see
not
though.
back. It's weird.
He was asked about Adam Cole, if I remember correctly.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot about that. Sarah told me about that, actually.
Yeah, and I can't remember exactly how it's worded. I didn't read it all. But
I
there
could
was
tell
one
you the
line
quote.
I think he was talking about how he doesn't see Adam Cole in a sense getting back into a ring.
He said, I'm not optimistic on Adam Cole will wrestle again, but would love to keep him with AEW. So he doesn't think he'll return to the ring.
Which sucks.
I mean, as so many concussions that he's had, it's not too shocking. And then the one that he had when he had at Forbidden Door a few years ago, that kept him out for like a year.
Mm-hmm.
And then he had the foot injury that kept him out for an extra long time too. He came back, just that's not a concussion, but like it's just unfortunate.
Unfortunately, it's the injuries, yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna have to sit down and listen to the whole interview. There's a lot of quotes up there that I've pulled from Fightful and Wrestling Observer and whatnot from the interview. But yeah, let's get into NXT tonight, because we had a pretty loaded show. Both shows from the last 2 nights were loaded. We've had a great couple weeks of wrestling, honestly. And so tonight's show on NXT, Gold Rush, it's a 2-week special. They're also taping next week's tonight because of the holiday in America, Thanksgiving. So if you're in Canada and you've already had your Thanksgiving, like, why the fuck all the next week's episodes tape? Thanksgiving in America. So that'll be happening next Thursday. So I think Raw's live, but NXT, SmackDown will be taped. Dynamite will be live, I believe. Even it has been usually, usually is. But yeah, so NXT will be 2-week special. Tonight's matches: Chelsea Green and Ethan defending the AAA mixed tag titles. Honestly, wasn't too into that, so I don't really care about that to talk about right now. Blake Monroe and Soruka, that was a fun match. I actually really liked that match. They played, of course, the whole time on her leg injury. She had the whole brace on, but she had the Austin. Yeah, what? Yeah. She had the Austin on her leg. And they just worked it over. She took it off at the end, threw it down the aisle, and then put her in a submission. She was just that was basically the match, just working over the leg. And Zarya grabbed the towel and threw it in. So obviously she has her match next week for the Evolve title. No, the Speed title. Zarya does.
Speed title, yes. Yep.
I'm kind of wondering, do you think that that Soul's gonna just throw in a towel when she's randomly in a submission or something?
I want to think so.
I think so.
Because there's tension heavy between them two now. There's been tension for a while, but I think this was really what is going to set this feud off and break them as a tag team apart. But I don't know if it's a towel that she throws in. I don't know.
Or does she just straight up grab her leg or something? Or the ref's distracted.
Something happened. Yeah.
Hits her with her crutch, or she's like on a crutch or something, because her leg got beat down or something. She hits her with it or some shit. I don't know. Yeah, I feel like they need to make Zarya the bad person here. What they did is you feel why she did it, because it was like Soul wasn't gonna tap and it was just gonna rip her knee apart. So they played it really well. Soul sold it well. they built it up really good, and Zarya sold it well, like just trying to save you. And they explained it. They explained it later on backstage. They had a little thing where she was getting checked out, Soul, and then Zarya was like, "I'm just, you were gonna get injured. You can't be champion and then be injured. Just saving you." And Soul was like, "Whatever, So I don't know. I just don't want Soul. I think it'd just be fitting to have Zarya as the heel. She seems like she'd be a perfect heel in this situation.
She does, and I think that's why they're going with her as a face in this, because you wouldn't suspect Zarya to be the face and Soul to be the heel.
I guess
Yeah,
so.
I said that right. But Zarya made a good point. Your ego is getting the best of you. I think she said
But then,
that.
yeah, and then Soul goes, "My ego's what also made me double champion."
Yes. So her ego is going to turn her to the heel against Zarya, which will eventually push Zarya
Yeah, that's
to
true.
be the main focus on NXT in the
I hope so.
mid
I just
and
don't.
the women's
I,
division.
I just really don't think I could buy her as the face in this feud. I really don't. And I don't
She
think
has.
Soul would be a good heel. I just
I
don't in
mean,
this feud.
I feel like Zarya has been the heel in the tag team, but they're going to switch it on us, and it will somehow get over.
I don't like it. Zebulon in the chat said a mugging will happen next week, so I'm thinking he thinks Soul's gonna attack Zarya.
Attack her backstage because Zarya lost her title and Soul wants it back and
I
takes the
guess so.
spot.
I mean, it makes sense storyline wise, so it's not like it doesn't. I just would really want Zarya as a heel in this situation. But
Because I feel like she was a heel when they showed her like promo packages and build her up to be
it
the
felt that
dominant
way,
force.
yeah. Like she looks like a heel. She wears black most of the time too.
Yeah,
But it
it
was a
makes
fun
sense.
match overall. But the story that they told during the match was a whole neat thing, and it worked out really well with Blake retaining. Who do you think Blake's gonna defend against next?
I, I, I don't know because we're not going to go back to Jordan Grace. She's feuding with Kalani.
Well, unless
Um,
Kalani's defending the title next Tuesday, so
yeah.
well, unless we go and
Yeah.
reach spoilers, we can figure it out.
I don't know who would be a face to challenge her right now because you just Lash is a heel. She's on SmackDown. You could.
Is
My
he?
gosh.
No, because now she's well.
Uh,
We'll get into that here right after this. Honestly,
Not Izzy unless they drop Tatum down to the mid card of the women's division after this.
yeah, I'm not too sure who's gonna face Blake either. Honestly, like because
Ren?
Ren would be cool. I would like that because so next week we have, like you said, Kalani's busy. So Kalani and Jordan's next week. We're also getting Kendall Gray versus what's her Laney Reed,
Laney, yep.
and then Fallon's facing for the speed title against Zarya.
Free title, yep. And Sean Legacy and
Yeah, well, I mean they're not in the
something
women's
good.
division. I
Yeah.
was just stating the
But
women's
yeah,
matches.
yeah,
I'm trying to think of
yeah.
all the women, but yeah, and then that's as well for the men's evolved title.
You got
Jackson Drake and
Lola,
Sean Legacy.
Lola Vice.
I really feel like with this whole thing going on SmackDown that she's on her way to the main roster to team up with her boy, man,
Yeah,
because they're
Damien.
openly dating now for sure. Like they've made it
Yeah.
very obvious.
A mixed tag match at Saturday Night
It
Main
just
Event.
makes so much sense, and I could see Lola being called up for that.
I could, yeah.
As a lot of wrestlers say, it's a timing thing, so that timing feels right.
Carmen Petrovic, she's like floating in
Yeah,
limbo right
there's
now.
a lot of women that just kind of like who like came in and kill and like looking great, and then just now they're just like the women division got so stacked because they brought in so many more. It's just like
You could
a lot of them
always,
had to wait. You have to wait a little bit longer. Sorry, we got these people now.
you could always pull Wendy Chu off of Evolve.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't hate her. She's done good character work. I've just never really been a big fan. I guess ever since I saw that No Mercy match live last year in Denver with her and Kalani, which was one of probably the most boring. And I've only been I've been to quite a few PLEs, pay per views, whatever you want to call them, but that's probably the most boring pay per view match I've ever witnessed live. And I love both those women in some way, shape, or form, but that wasn't it, man.
Yeah, I mean and I think I've said this, but I think WWE NXT is more filled with heels than it is faces. so it's harder to put matches with people.
Mhm.
Because even on the men's side,
It's true.
and honestly, on the
Izzy
men's
would make
division,
sense if she's, because I don't know how they're gonna go about this. Because Izzy would make sense to me if they don't somehow put her in the women. But the whole point is her wanting that title, so I don't know.
it is. Um, I don't know. That is a good question. I don't have an answer for that one.
Yeah, same. I really don't know who's gonna dethrone her, Blake Monroe. So the main event, I want to talk about that. So JC Jane, and we were talking about it before we even went live and started recording. JC Jane won the NXT Women's title tonight. It was a fine match too. Of course, we had fucking the calling and Fatal Influence ringside, every single one of them. So at first, Izzy was all about fighting off Fatal Influence, Laney, and Fallon from getting involved, and she delivered a nasty rolling fucking elbow that I told you I thought was brutal as fuck, looked nasty. You were talking about the big kick that she also hit on Fallon. But then fucking after, and she kept trying to help her cheat. She was like giving her the belt, try to give her a chair. Tatum threw the chair back. When she put the belt in the ring, it was like in between them. So of course JC goes and gets it, and they're playing tug of war basically. And then finally the ref like turns around when like JC's gonna hit Fallon with or Tatum with it, but the ref like stops it, and then it leads to Tatum getting like going. I forget exactly how she gets up on the outside. She gets sent to the outside or something, and then the Coling fucking the two Mohawks, Sean Spears and Mohawk 1, Mohawk 2, stop her, and they just smile because they like get in her way, and then fucking big ass boot that killed Tatum that you were talking about, and then got the rolling encore and she died.
Yeah,
I just hate that she was a transitional champ to go back to JC. The story's been fun, so I get, like, I'll commend them on the story that they did here. And I was even saying before the match to my chat, I was like, man, I can't wait till she's champ. When it comes out to her theme as champion, I'm hoping that she'll get it again. I feel like she will. She has the confidence from the company to be that NXT Women's Champs. It was only like 3 weeks, though.
It was. It wasn't long enough. I do not like transitional champions.
But especially transitional champions to go back to the one that they beat for it.
Yeah, I do not
I
understand.
don't know if I'd recall that a transitional champ though, because transitional champion I thought was like when a babyface beats the heel just for the heel who's got more over to win it from them.
Yeah.
Just so you don't have to have the heel. Anyways, I'm just being technical. Actually,
I think it should have happened at Deadline. I do not think Gold Rush. You could have built it up
Shock
a
factor
lot
probably.
better.
The fucking clicks and views they want. Oh, it can happen anytime.
Oh yeah. I mean, the shock was there. I mean, the
Hell no,
crowd
I
was
was
shocked.
legit
Yeah.
shocked too. Yeah, it worked.
Like when they stood in front of it, I was like, oh shit, and then the big boot, and I was, oh god, like
Yeah, no, yeah.
it folded her, like, but I don't know. I didn't like how fast they pulled the trigger on it.
Yeah, I
That's the
mean,
only
I
thing
get
with
it.
I knew it would happen.
Makes sense
It
for the
was
story
coming.
though, so I get it.
Yeah, but I think it was too quick.
So I wonder if that means, so we have Deadline. So obviously, I feel like both are gonna be Tatum and Izzy will be in the Iron Survivor. But before that, we don't know who is gonna be in that because John Cena. They're not doing the whole Legends one picks one for men and one for women, and they do like that all the way down. No, this year it's gonna be Cena picking both men and women for every spot. That's pretty cool. I like that because I feel like if it's legit him, like if this isn't just like for story purposes, like to say he did it, I think we're not gonna see all of the same people that we'd expect. Like if I had a guess, like who would just in general they would want it in there, it's without Cena, it would have been Oba. Well, he's not gonna be there now. So it'd be Trick, Miles, Josh Briggs, Javon and Tatum, or not Tatum, Javon and Tavion, excuse me. But
So
women,
I have.
that was a little bit hard. Go ahead.
So for the men, I had Tavion, and I do have Miles. But the other ones I would see well, not Jasper Troy, not now.
Needs to be champion.
Shiloh Hill, I could see him putting in there. He just won LFG. He's new.
Oh, I forgot about him. Yeah, well, I want to talk about his promo after we talk about this.
Um, he'll probably throw Javon in there just because I think everyone is high on Javon right now and what he can do for the NXT and what he's going to do on the main roster. And then that fifth one, I think, is going to be a surprise. I don't know who it will be. It's going to be someone that is newer to
Say his
NXT.
name and he appears.
Not that new.
Oh man, yeah, and women, I'm not too sure. Like, see, if it's legit Cena, I think it could be like you'll see like a random Sean Spears in there. No, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. No, I really don't know. I still feel like it could be those people I'm saying, but like, I don't know. Maybe he'll throw some random people like Charlie Dempsey might be in that bitch instead, or I don't know. I can't really think of anyone else. Random fucking calling member number 7. I don't know. Or not calling. I was thinking Dark State.
Nico wouldn't be bad.
I'm not a fan of that dude. He's so forgettable to me right now.
He ain't done nothing. That's why he just stands there behind the spears like a shadow.
And he's not like bad in the ring, but he just doesn't do anything that stands out in the ring either.
Yeah, I mean that's why.
He's just like,
he really
he
had
can
his,
wrestle, cool.
He ain't had his moment for some
he's just
reason.
doing the basics. All right, cool. I mean, it's the basic work. It's not even the basics. Like, it's just, I don't know. He doesn't do anything memorable, even in the ring as a wrestler. Like, I remember watching, I mean, this didn't end up working out for him anyways, but I remember in NXT watching, and they were heels at the time, Imperium, fucking Marcel Barthel and fucking Fabian Eichner before they changed their names. And they were the heel. I think they were NXT tag champs at the time. They might have been just the UK tag champs, one of the two. Anyways, they were the heels, and they were fucking hitting all these, like, fucking Giovanni or fucking Fabian Eichner was hitting all these fucking crazy fucking flying moves. And I was like, dude's a fucking babyface. What are we doing? He's so fucking great in the ring. And everyone's sharing all the moves he's hitting. Like, this guy's a fucking genuine babyface with his moveset. Like, I don't know. Like, we don't even get that with Nico. Like, there's nothing about him like that. You know what I mean? That, like, damn, like I'll always remember, like, couldn't even tell you who they were facing. I just always tell you, Fabian Eichner went off in this one NXT tag title match. That was just fucking insane.
Was it the one against Undisputed Era?
It might have been. It was, forever ago at this point, but
yeah. But I think they had a good feud with them, if I remember correctly. At the end, when it was still Kyle O'Reilly over there, and maybe Roddy, or because I know Adam left first.
Random segue. I know we're kind of veering off here, but this makes me think: could you imagine seeing the Undisputed Era under Triple H? Like, if, like, obviously, because that was so long ago now, because it was like what 2020s when they broke them up. But could you imagine? Because it was only like 3 years later that Triple H took over the main roster. If they were still there, what would have happened? Oh my gosh!
I know exactly what would have happened. Close your eyes and envision it for me.
All right, I'm closing my
eyes. It's gonna be just like the Vision attack every fucking night.
So Judgment Day 2022.
Adam Cole in a match.
Judgment Day 2022. Evolution from back in the day. All right, got it.
I mean, I don't think that's what happened. But
just heel factions. Or who knows though, because they broke them up in 2020, and obviously everything changed in NXT at the time because the rumor was Vince took over with whoever, Pritchard or whatever. That's when 2.0 started, which kind of panned out in the end a little bit. But yeah. So I don't know. Anyways, just random segue because we're talking about all that. We kind of veered off quite a bit there, but yeah, nothing about Nico Van stands out to me. And I'm sure he's a good guy, but I at least hope so. What else happened? So we had the Dark State versus Leon and Javon for the tag titles. Awesome for Javon to fight after getting baked last night, getting cooked up by fucking Gunther. Dude, those chops to Javon last night, insane.
But he was giving some chops.
Yeah, both of them. There was one that Gunther hit that I was like I was feeling it, dude. It was so loud. For a Raw, usually like they're not as loud as they used to be because he's in bigger arenas now. So they were always louder in the small arenas because they would echo more. But my God, the one he hit, there was like one he hit last night that was like the loudest I felt like I've ever heard it on just like a normal Raw. I was like, Jesus.
Yeah, it was
Um,
rough. It was.
so crazy that he's in this match immediately following that, you know, just a fucking day later in the same fucking, well, not really same arena as in the theater connected to it, but still. Good tag match. Nothing really stood out in this match to me. There was a cool thing at the end where like Javon was like standing up like in the turnbuckle or like against the turnbuckle, and Leon ran and he ducked, and then Leon jumped over, did like a cool like almost like a corpse,
Well,
like a
yeah.
barrel roll type thing, landing on Dark State. That was pretty cool. The ending was kind of cool too. I didn't hate on it. So we
No,
had
it
Leon
was
going for the
fun.
pin. Or not Leon. We had Dion Lennox going for the pin on Leon. Javon Evans springboards up from the outside to break the pin. I don't know which Dark State member, but one of them grabs Dion Lennox's leg, I think it was Osiris, and pulls them off the pin. Therefore, Meek and Javon land on Leon, which was sick as fuck. Because usually, like, it's, you know, they'll just move out of the way. But that was cool how the other guy pulled him. I thought that was cool.
It was. It's smart, and it didn't really make a wedge between Javon and Slater. You seen them; they still had like the okayness in the ring for the time being. Um, but it was very smart by Dark State. This was probably one of the better matches I've seen of Dark State in a tag team match.
Yeah, it wasn't terrible. It wasn't terrible by any means. But nothing really stood out in it besides the ending, I thought.
Yeah, Javon, of course, flying around as always.
Yeah.
But
So we also had a segment with Ricky Saints. Oba Femi came out. They just talked about you know, that I'm still here while you were gone. Ricky was saying you were off in Nigeria or whatever, and Oba was like, "Oh yeah, and you're still here, looking you and Trick trying to win best dressed or whatever,"
yeah,
which was a good one. And so they're gonna have a match for the title at Deadline. So that should be good. We had Trick come out immediately as they agreed to the match, and I was like, "Fuck me, send him to the main roster." But then, of course, Miles Bourne came out and finally attacked him with the chair.
wow.
And then he was like, "I'm gonna see him soon" or whatever, and then told them to that I'll see you soon too after I win the Iron Survivor. So we'll see if Cena picks him.
Yeah.
I'm assuming he'll probably will be, honestly.
A few of them will, yes, but I don't
I'm
think they
genuinely
all will.
curious if it's Cena picking or if it's just them saying that and telling Cena, "All right, here's who you're picking."
I'm telling you, I do not want Trick in the match. And it's nothing against Trick, but he's had a title shot so many times at this point. And yes, he's won
Yeah.
them. He's been
Just send him to the main
double champ.
roster at this point.
Lash is there. Most of the time they keep couples together. Like they're open.
Most of the
They're
time.
open.
I mean,
as a
there's some
couple,
here and there that
so,
aren't.
yeah, but just go on to the main roster. It is okay.
And then of course we had the AAA mixed tag title match, which I don't remember much from, to be 100% honest with you. Wasn't anything bad. It just nothing really stood out.
No, I mean the ending, I guess the Kimura into the almost standing ovation.
Mhm.
That was a good how I think Ethan sacrificed himself for Chelsea to hit done prettier. It's a great tag team. The mixed tag
Oh
team
yeah,
work they
they have
have
great
in the
chemistry.
ring. Yeah, I honestly I wouldn't be mad if we seen them bring the titles to the main roster and feud against some people up there like Alistair and Vega. That wouldn't be bad either.
So we also had there was like a Tavion Heights promo. He talked in the crowd. I felt like it was just a lot of yapping. Like I was not interested in it. It was just him like, I don't know. I just
He
didn't
was
care for it.
in my opinion, he was way too excited. Like I know he was excited because he's in MSG for the first time, but I think he had a
Yeah.
promo, but like he just let his emotions take over, which is not a bad thing. But
Yeah,
it
and
just
then he got jumped by Briggs, which I was like, oh, finally.
yeah, the boot came out of nowhere too with a big boot. So
What else happened? Oh,
Shiloh
the Shiloh
Hill.
Hill promo. The thing that I did was, dude it was long. It felt long for some reason. It might have only been like 2-3 minutes, but it felt long. And if you follow him on social media, for a while he was doing this whole like dark web thing where he was like ordering whatever it was, and he was like giving updates on it. I don't even remember the full details, but
He
it blew up
bought
like on like Reddit or like Twitter or somewhere. It was like getting a lot of views.
so I seen it. I think it was on TikTok on my side. He bought a damn pair of boots that someone said were haunted, and they did like some type of crime in. And like he would get random videotapes in the mail with it because of course they had his address or his PO box, and he was given instructions on what to do with them, or the ghost or spirit or something like that would haunt him. I don't know.
I don't
It
know.
was
I just know it
odd.
was doing numbers on the internet. I thought
It
it was like
was.
Reddit and others. But so anyway, so this promo is like him kind of like talking about himself, obviously. So I think he
Yeah.
won season 2 of LFG, so that's why they're kind of like doing this promo, because he's technically on NXT now. So it was like him like, what was it? He like put in like a videotape or something. I don't even remember what the fuck it was. But he was just like sitting there talking about like his wrestling or like his football past, and just like how like he went to Stanford and he was all into like this dark web and electronics, and then he got into this class that got him into like conspiracy theories and all this weird random shit. And it just, after all this, it just, once he got to that point and then he started talking more about like dark web and shit, it just started like feeling like he was just yapping too. And I was like, oh my god, this is so long. What the fuck is he talking about? And I was like, that's probably the vibe they're going for. They just want him to be really an oddball character. But my god, did this promo, I thought it was not good. Vignette.
Now, for the first one, I think it was a little much. But I think they're gonna continue to feed off of his dark web adventures for a little while. And
Yeah.
actually, I had someone in my chat mention, what if he's the one that's been doing the anonymous stuff? What if
That'd be
that's the
so
way they
stupid,
play it?
because it's like they've been doing it for years now.
Yeah, that's what I said. I was like, they've had anonymous forever.
Been like since like
Like
2023 at least, maybe even longer.
but maybe he's the one that cracks the code since he's tech savvy on who anonymous is, and I don't know.
Ends
But
up being Kevin
I don't-
Owens just with a camcorder, like an old school 2000s one.
I
You
can,
got,
s- I
you
can
ever see those flip HD cameras from back in the day? You remember those things that like had the little flip out USB and you just plug it into the computer and then you
Yes.
flip it and it's just a little vlog cam? He has one of those. For some reason, it's been super good HD this whole time. I don't know why I think
4K.
that's funny, but that'd be hilarious.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm hoping they can figure out what to do with Shiloh. I mean, I figured they're gonna do this for a little bit.
At least he didn't
Because
get
they
the
didn't.
Tyra May Still treatment. And get, oh, you win the contract NXT main roster. Oh, Evolve. I mean, she's been showing up in NXT though since then, but still.
I mean, I think she had a match.
She
Her
did
and
like she
Tavion.
teamed up with Tavion, and then she had like matches with whoever it was after that too, Chelsea, I believe. I don't think there was really much else. If there was anything, that was we had like a backstage promo with Jordan and Kalani and like Lola. That was just kind of building up to the match for next week. I think that's it really for
Yeah,
NXT.
and I think we talked about it last week. There wasn't a lot going on this NXT that was going to draw, at least maybe be interested in right
Well,
away.
I mean, more so than next week. Next week, there's no NXT titles on the line. It's the women's speed
Yeah,
title.
maybe that was
It's
it.
two Evolve titles, both men's and women's, and it's the fucking what's the last one? I keep forgetting. The one speed title, the two Evolve titles. Anyways, there's one more. I can't think off the top of my head.
Oh my god, what is it? Speed?
Holy allergies!
You got the
Google
speed
food.
title?
Let's Google this bitch. 30 NXT Gold Rush. Please don't give me any spoilers.
It's going to. It's most definitely going
Taping
to.
on Gone spoilers. Results. Updated card. Okay, updated card for week 2. Here we go. Oh, the TNA Knockouts time. We were just talking about it.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
It's Lei Ying Lee, Kalani Jordan, and Jordan Grace.
Oh boy.
And then Trick Williams versus Miles Bourne, and then Johnson makes the picks, which will be like a recorded thing probably.
Hopefully he's just sitting back there spinning the great oil.
What if he has a spinner IC title?
That that'd be something that would be nice for them to drop. Like his last merch drop would be a spinner IC title. That thing would sell out fast. They only gonna make 500 of them.
That'd
And
be
gone in
crazy.
the first
Like a
30
legacy
seconds.
title. That'd be sick.
Yeah.
So Monday Night Raw was a Raw of the Year candidate.
Yes, I have seen a lot of people say that, and I do agree.
So we started out with we have to. We're gonna be bullshitting about this show, but it's probably gonna feel like we're going in order because it was just that great that it just makes sense to go in order.
Back to back, yeah.
So we started off with Cena. Came out,
Mhm.
crowd was going nuts. His last Raw as a full-time wrestler, as an in-ring competitor, and MSG delivered. This crowd felt like an old school New York MSG crowd throughout the whole night. They delivered through this. John Cena came out. He got a great introduction from Alicia Taylor after he was already in the ring. He just talked about soaking in the crowd and stuff like that. Thanks him for his career and stuff like that. They're talking about
And that's
being
as far as it got.
bittersweet, and then Dominic Mysterio wants his rematch. Comes out, gets in the face. They go back and forth a bit. We get shut the fuck up chance, but John Cena tells because he goes, he knows Netflix is muting. He goes, Netflix, they're saying Choco Fun Cups. Don't have to mute it. It's Choco Fun Cups. That was funny. That was good quick thinking because because they were still kind of saying it when he said that, so you could kind of like. I could kind of see that. Like, yeah. But eventually, Dom says, my terms, blah, 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 classic Hill bullshit. My terms, my hometown, Survivor Series, let's go. The rematch for the IC title. I think Dom should win it. He has to win it in his hometown, right? As a Hill.
You would think so, but then this would also, like the last time was now tournament, I feel like that's going to be giving the title to somebody. But they got this thing going on with him and Ray, with Dom and Ray, and I thought they were going to do a match with them two at War Games in San Diego, but I don't
I'm
know what
glad
happened
not.
there.
I'm glad
Yeah.
not. So I'm just glad that it's John and Dom. Dom has to win that one. He has to, in my opinion.
I wouldn't be mad if it happens
He has
because
to.
you want to. This would be Dom solidifying mid card moment that can skyrocket him to
I
the
only
title.
see it
The heavy
happening
title.
though with help though. It's either going to be Finn and JD or the Americanos. Because Finn and JD, I mean, obviously this went into the 6-man tag that they all lost, which was really fun. It was Sheamus and Ray and John. That was really cool. Good way, because if Sheamus doesn't win the tournament, good way to at least give Sheamus something with John. But yeah, so
Ray's not in it.
So, and speaking of the match, there was a lot of fun moments during the match. They went for a triple, I forget what they call it, where they do the clubs, the Sheamus clubs to the
10
chest.
beats of the battering.
There you go. I always forget what it's called. And so they all did that, and then they go in the ring, and they were all going to do a 5-knuckle shuffle. But what was cool was like John was doing the taunt, and then like Sheamus, who was in the middle, and like John was on his right, our left. He John looks at them, and Sheamus like looks and just grabs John. He puts him where he is, and he goes on the outside. He's like, "Okay, now let's do it." I was like, "That's badass! What a fucking gentleman!"
Yeah, we got 30 beats of the battering and a 15 knuckle shuffle. By God.
But so of course Ray and Sheamus and John got the win over them. So that was a pretty fun match. Really good opening segment too that they did really well with John. And with John going out, if he's not gonna lose the retirement match, at least have him lose the title to Dom beforehand and then have him win the retirement if that's what you want.
Yes,
if you want
I
to do a
agree
Sting.
with that. But with who's left in the field, and we'll talk about that here in a few minutes, I don't think he's gonna win his retirement match.
I'm starting to be convinced by my chat that he's going to.
You think so? I was originally before it. I'm not.
Usually, when a lot of people have the same opinion, like not just like 5 people saying it over and over, but like a lot of different people saying the same thing, I start to think that's a big possibility if that many people think that.
I hope he does. But I don't know. You got Gunther in there, who retired Goldberg, who also had the longest Intercontinental run, who is just coming back off of a time off injury, however they want to spin it. Solo, who beat him at WrestleMania. Yeah, he's still in it. LA
You would
Knight,
have
who's
to
finally
copy the Sting retirement to a T, like the match, just the story of like how to put it over. Not the violence, obviously, because they're not gonna get that
oh
violent.
God, no, they ain't. But yeah, I mean, I'm hoping he wins. I do, but there's a little bit of worry now in it.
What else do we have going on after that? Let me see here. I lost my spot. Oh, we hit backstage. Nick Aldis, Adam Pearce. They were talking about whatever. Paul Heyman rolls up and he's like, "Hey, I got my fifth guy, and he just hands over the contract, and they're like, oh, okay, and he walks away eventually, and it turns out what we found later on was Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
I figured it made.
We talked about it last week. Like, we knew it was coming.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
So we didn't know until the end of the show, but he had him contract, and they like open it. They're like, "Oh boy, that's gonna be an issue," or whatever they say. So what else happened? You know, there's a ton of celebrities. We had Eric Andre, Ashley Cook, different New York Giants were there. Cam Scatabo during one of the commercials. Cam Scatabo, so he plays. If you don't know who he is, he's a running back for the New York Giants who unfortunately had a really bad dislocation. I forgot if it was like a knee dislocation or something recently. Ankle dislocation like 4 weeks ago.
Ankle, yep.
So he's out for the season, and so they were, of course, in New York. So him and a few other teammates were there, front row, of course, probably from WWE. And New Day came out during the commercial break, and they were yapping as always and crying and whatever, the morning.
Yeah.
And eventually got in their face and had a little scuffle, if you will, I guess, in some way with Cam Scatabo. So that happened.
Yeah, Scatterby, like, it wasn't Scatterby as much looking like he was throwing hands, but some of the linemen that were there with him looked like they were throwing some punches. And I was like, good Lord. Like,
they got to teach Stress how to punch.
Yeah.
It looked real as shit. But yeah, they had like a lot of different celebrities that they showed throughout the night there. There was supposed to be an interview with Stephanie, but Nikki Bella came out and immediately attacked her on the ramp. And just said, and it's funny, one of my viewers in my chat completely called this like before the show. They're like, yeah, I think Stephanie's gonna get attacked by Nikki, and Nikki's just gonna be like, oh, I paved the way and I'm gonna get back what's mine. And that's like literally what she fucking said. That's like, and one of my viewers literally said that, and I was like, let's see if he's right. And so one of my mods, and sure fucking enough, when she said it, I was like, oh my god, dude, you fucking nailed this. You're a writer. That's what it was. So that's just, they ended up announcing them for War Games. So we finally got our 4 matches for War Games Survivor Series. We got Nikki versus Stephanie, Dom versus Cena, and then the men's and women's War Games matches. So yeah, that's up for War, because that's been for the last few years. So
it's not 4 bad matches. It's just, I wish there was another title, I guess, because there's plenty of titles. We know that. But they'll get all defended prior to.
Yeah, so they announced on Friday, we talked about, they announced that the 5v5 Survivor Series on SmackDown and stuff. So we had a backstage segment, Bailey and the Kabuki Warriors. So I thought it was only before War Games for the women, but obviously not now. So Kabuki Asuka actually asked Bailey to join, and Bailey was like the whatever heel Bailey, I forget exactly what I'm calling her, and the ding dong hello Bailey, and she was like, losers, I ain't gonna join you guys. And then like Lyra walks up and she's like basically acts the same way to Lyra, and Lyra was like, what the fuck's your problem?
Like, we hadn't seen the switch flip in quite some time.
A bit.
And now, of course, Asuka asking her to do that kind of reflipped it. I don't think it's going to be a real issue moving forwards, but I'm glad they're still showing that the two sides are there, and she's just learning how to control it.
So we talked about Dolph Ziggler. He ended up being the guy to face Solo Sikoa. Question: should it have been someone else?
No.
No.
I mean, it could have been. You could have had a Santana moment in New York, but I think the idea for him to lose, or whoever was going against Solo was already losing. Ziggler, you know, he's been known for putting people over for quite some time, in my opinion, in WWE. And I was honestly surprised though, because he was, I'm never working for him again. I'm done with him. And
well, he did an interview with content creator Alan Owens, and he didn't post it until after the fact. I think Alan didn't post it right away. I could be wrong on that, but it was an interview Saturday after some show. It might have been a TNA show. I'm not sure. No, because they were in Florida. Anyways, Dolph was at some show, Nick, and Alan Owens posted after the fact. He asked him about being in that tournament. It was the Saturday before. He was like, Monday, Solo's facing this mystery opponent. Would you want to put your name in that hat? Like, are you wanting to be part of that? And he was like, oh, who wouldn't want to be, yada, yada, yada. But I'm not in it. I got other things going on. They haven't reached out. So he obviously lied. But I wrote a little thing here on why, not really why, but my thoughts about Dolph Ziggler being in the spot. So,
okay.
Dolph Ziggler, the perpetual show stealer with the knack for stealing the spotlight, is in the most heartbreaking ways. Absolutely shouldn't be anywhere near this John Cena tournament because let's face it, his inclusion just brings out WWE's cruelest bait and switch yet. After years of being the ultimate bridesmaid in the wrestling world, forever one super kick away from his main event push that never quite materialized. Throwing him into the last time is now bracket would only amplify the irony of John Cena's farewell, turning what should be a triumphant clash of titans and a young up-and-comers into a poignant reminder of untapped potential. Ziggler's electric in-ring wizardry deserves a spotlight all of its own, not a cameo in a tournament stacked with fresh blood like Javon or Gunther or Carmelo, where he'd inevitably dazzle them into the superstardom. Sorry, I'm having a hard time reading this here. Where he inevitably dazzled them into their superstar main event pushes, and he would just get pinned and fade away back into the mid card or back into TNA and the Indies. They should have just spared us the heartbreak, let Dolph chase his legacy elsewhere, and keep Cena's swan song pure and tainted by the tragedy of another what if in Dolph Ziggler.
I mean, you're not wrong.
I mean, and don't get me wrong, the match was good. He did what he does. He sells his ass off. He did exactly what he was known for. And I hate to say this, but I think that's why he's not in WWE anymore. He made everyone look good. And he looked good in the process a lot of the time, but he made everyone else look better all the fucking time. And I think, and that's not like saying like he looked bad. That's just he was that good at making them look better.
I mean, he had that one huge promo that right towards the end. I think it was towards the Miz, if I remember correctly. Where he's talking about it should have been him in the title picture.
That used to be one of my soundboard. It should have been a lot of my viewers say that when they see a freaking female on the card. It should have been me. If there's a freaking like they're doing the Thesz press, it should have been me. You know.
Yeah.
That's a meme in my chat.
But I mean, he had all the opportunities. So I do get what you're saying. Like, this should have been a spot for young up and coming talent. And like I even mentioned it to I guess my chat. You know, Javon is the only true young up and coming talent. I think we actually. I mean, Melo's already on the menu roster, but yes. But like, you could have thrown a Tony D in here. Could have thrown an Oba in here. You could have thrown
Trick.
Anyone else that is going to be a future contender for a title shot on this card for that spot.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I would have personally rather even have had like a Jeff Hardy in there from over the Dolph. Like both have history with Cena, and I get why Dolph's in there. You know, he is one of my biggest, I guess, what ifs in the WWE. Like he was always on that brink. Like I thought once Survivor Series 2014 when he won against the Authority for Team Cena, I was like, he made it. This is it. They finally are doing it. This is how they push him. This is how he gets that long title reign or like that really great fucking memorable storyline that makes him the top guy. Now he's going to be feuding with Hunter. He's going to be feuding with, this is it. They're making him. Nope.
Sting feuded with Hunter, by God.
I mean, which was still cool, but except for who won. But yeah.
That too.
Yeah, it's just, that's what, I guess it's salty, I guess if people want to say about, I'm still salty about all the what ifs, but it was a fun match. He made Solo look like $1 million with the spikes, so that's exactly what I expected. That's what they wanted. That's what the WWE wanted. They're like, you know who would make Solo look good? Dolph.
The Stellar. The guy.
And you know who we could make more money off of? Dolph.
No, if you want to make more money.
You want to make a quick 10K, or I don't even know how much they pay him for one fucking match. Point being, that was their thought process. So overall, a fine match though. Alexa Bliss comes out. We see that she comes out and talks about Charlotte not wanting to be part of War Games. Yada yada yada. It leads to the Kabuki Warriors and Lash and Nia coming out, and of course, Io and Rhea come out to save her, but they're still outnumbered. So it leads to Charlotte actually coming out and making the save. So looks like Charlotte will be a part of War Games.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the whole point in I can't do this was now, unless it was truly related to
It's
family
part
situation.
No, so it's just part of the story of like her and Alexa. They're trying to tie the Alexa story with Rhea, like, oh, we're not really friends, but you know, you're getting beat down by against someone I truly hate that I can't team or not hate, but you're getting beat down by people I don't fuck. I can't even talk right now. Jesus Christ. You're getting beat down by people, even though you're teaming with someone I hate, but you're not getting, help by them, so I need to save you. Type of thing. Like it's kind of just building off of like they're not really friends. Oh yes, they are, because she just saved her against someone. She's teaming with someone that she doesn't like. Anyways, I get the story. I just think they should have built it up a tiny bit longer, because obviously they did it last second.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, maybe if they would have waited a little longer, it wouldn't have been as bad.
I mean,
But
you only
then we
got
get the
one Raw and SmackDown left. I mean, two technically, because
yeah,
we have the one this Friday. But
then we get the ending sequence where Charlotte's hugging
oh, excuse me.
Alexa, and then Io just grabs Rhea and starts hugging her, and they all start laughing about it. So I mean,
I didn't even
I
remember
guess
that, honestly.
it's gonna work, but yeah,
Is that what they were doing? I
but
don't even know.
no, Io hugged Rhea,
Oh yeah.
and and they just started laugh, or Charlotte started laughing about it because of Io and Rhea. You'd have to
All
watch like the
right.
little clip on like Twitter about it.
I feel like I missed that.
It happened right after the segment.
So we have a new women's intercontinental champion in Maxine Dupree.
Thank God. Listen, I told you.
I didn't think they were gonna fully pull the trigger. That just shows how, and it could be the Becky influence, but I guess a lot of people would call Becky Hogan.
Thank God. Yeah, they do. They do.
No, but like Becky, I feel like this women's intercontinental title was in that same spot as that women's US title up until Becky took over, and then I felt like it became, and not just because she is who she is and like, you know what I mean, her legacy in wrestling and the WWE, it was just the story she ended up telling with it, and just her heel turn with it, and it was one of the more like, hey, I'm curious where this is going, at least for me. And so it played out really well. She had some good matches. Obviously, the whole AJ Lee thing with CM Punk was awesome, and it really had nothing even to do with the title, but it was after she was doing some cool shit with the title and having some title defenses. So I thought it was building up to her and AJ winning it possibly at War Games or whatever. It's their next main event coming up but which now we know not, because it's gonna be NXT versus main roster people. So they're still building up to AJ and Becky, because AJ came out when Becky was like, I forget exactly what she had the ref doing, or she did something, and then she's like,
She was
going over
trying
to
to take the turnbuckle.
yeah, she was trying to take, but the ref was like distracted while she was doing this. I forgot exactly
Oh, she
why.
was counting out Maxine.
Oh,
That's what
that's
she was
right. That's
doing.
right. So yeah, and then so she was trying to remove the buckle. AJ Lee comes out. All she does is just stand on the ramp. Leaves enough time for Maxine to come back in and get the crossbody and then get the win. And of course, celebrate with AJ Lee. So it was a fun match. Maxine, I remember it was like probably a year and a half, 2 years ago. There was like a video of her at a house show when she was like going up the ramp after a match. She was getting like someone in the crowd was
Booed.
like said like you suck, like it wasn't just like a you suck, like they like heavily criticized her, and like a
Yeah.
lot of people were like really heavily booing her as she was leaving. And she's
She
not a
was
heel. She's never been a heel
no,
technically.
and I think the reason they did it, and there's no reason to do it first and foremost, but I think there was a spot she done on like a Raw, and it was like a bad spot. And like, of course, she was still young. She was just got with Chad Gable. She was still getting out of the MXM thing that she was doing with Mansoor and them,
Hmm.
and she was still learning how to. In my opinion, she was still getting used to it,
Yeah.
and they were like booing, cussing her, telling her to quit, telling her to go home. I think she even got like death threats and DMs. Like it, it got pretty bad. But yeah, like, and now here we are, 2, 3 years later, and she's the Intercontinental
And
Champion.
everyone
She could have,
celebrated it in the crowd.
yeah, she could have went home, packed things up, but no, she stayed to
Well,
herself.
and then
She didn't
there's
stay to
always been
herself.
like the photos and footage of her down at the
The
uh
dungeon.
yeah, Tyson Kidd and Natty's dungeon and just
Yeah,
training and training and training and training. So, you work hard and you keep getting
it
better
pays
and
off.
better. It pays off. So congrats to her. So that led to later on. This is a little interesting. So we saw AJ and Maxine backstage later on, in the show, like, I don't know, 40 minutes after this match.
Mhm.
And she was like congratulating her, you did it, blah blah blah. And Maxine was thanking her. And then when she leaves, Rhea walks up to AJ, and that's the first time we've ever seen Rhea
Yep.
Ripley and AJ. And that was so. And to me, it was crazy, just because like, and I think all the wrestling fans would agree, just the aura, as everyone says now, of the two in front of each other on WWE for the first time was. I was like, oh my god, this is so cool! Just seeing them both. Like, I legit was like a little kid. And then all Rhea told her is like, hey, yeah, we want to talk. She's like, sure. And so obviously, because we found out about the fifth one for War Games, so it's obviously going to be Becky and AJ in War Games.
It will be. And honestly, both heel teams is, in my opinion, stacked compared to the face teams.
Yeah, so for the women's, it would be Kabuki Warriors, Lash and Nia and Becky.
Yeah,
And then
and
for
then the
the
women's.
men, well, no, for
Oh,
the men
men's
heels,
heel.
it's Brock now. We already talked about that. Brock,
Yeah,
Drew, and then did you notice when they came out for after for their whatever their summit or whatever the fuck they called it?
their face off.
Yeah, that when they said when they all came out together, Drew and Logan and them, they didn't say like Drew McIntyre, Logan Paul, and the Vision. They said Drew McIntyre and the Vision, Logan Paul.
Hmm.
So like they included Logan in the Vision part instead of just him separately
Yeah.
like they did Drew. So he's in the Vision.
Oh yeah, he gave up the brass knuckles.
Well,
That was
yeah, but like they're officially
his
saying he's
trademark.
in the Vision. I just didn't think they would. I thought he was just doing it to team for War Games like Drew is. I didn't think he was going to be official member.
Nah, so I would assume Brock is then as well. We'll probably hear the
Maybe.
Vision and Drew McIntyre
That would
at
be,
War Games.
dude. Brock, Bronson, and Logan. But like, Logan's a good. He
Who
can do good things in the ring, and when he rehearses a million times. But
who's gonna stop him? We have too many heel
Babyface is
factions.
so good though too. Like, come on, Roman, Cena, or not Roman, Cena, Roman, Jay, Jimmy, Cody, and Punk. That's a pretty overpowered babyface team, bro.
Until you get Jay super kicking Jimmy, because he's still gonna turn heel.
Yeah, that's possible. Yeah, and I thought they were initially gonna do Cena in this
I did
instead,
too. Yeah, we talked
but
about
Jimmy
that
makes
last
sense,
week.
of course. So.
Yeah, and then of course, I don't think we talked about it on Friday, but I don't think we really hit on it. But he was like, "Yeah, I called Punk. The next member. I got your back." And Jay just gives him that look like we didn't
Yeah,
talk
like he
about
did
this
like, you're like,
beforehand. Yeah,
oh, okay,
yeah.
yeah,
So I
cool.
mean, that's why I still feel like that's. I don't think he's gonna join the Vision, but I mean, I can see it happening either in the match or after. Depends on if they win.
So we also had, of course, the Gunther Javon match, which we kind of talked about a tiny bit earlier during the NXT talk, and what a good match. Javon continues to show out in big matches on the main roster when he's pulled up for something.
He
They were
does.
beating the shit out of each other. Gunther, of course, came back because this is the first time he's been back since he lost to CM Punk at SummerSlam, and he came out to a new robe. It was kind of like a boxing robe, like silk,
Yes.
and he had the symphony, I forget what number it's called, song back. So he's back to his original Walter theme, and the crowd responded in New York. The marks marked out, and there was a
They did.
Walter chant as soon as the match started. Um, yeah. So I'm wondering, and I saw this on Twitter. People are like, I wonder if this is just them trying to get him away from the "you tapped out" chants and shit.
No, because I think we still heard it during the match. It wasn't as loud,
No, I know, but
but
I'm saying that trying to pull him back into this type of Walter type of like, and it's not like he dominated Javon. I mean, he did in a sense, like he kicked his ass, and when he did, but Javon had his moments too. It wasn't one sided, but like this felt like an almost like a Walter who, like when needed, he could just flip that switch and just kill you.
yeah, and that's what it was at the end for
And
sure.
obviously that has to do with
Oh.
the whole story of like, oh, Javon's still being in NXT. He has a bright future, yada yada yada.
Yeah, I don't know. I liked it because, of course, he got his regular entrance, and then the music hit, and I was even like, "Oh shit, is that the Walter entrance? Is that the
Yeah, once
original?"
because they used it the same intro from the original theme, and they just switched it to his like Def Rebel version eventually, like after the intro. But like what it's like after the initial da 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 da, it would like change. But this time it like you could tell it stuck to the original. You're like, because if you go back and watch my reaction, I look at the camera like as soon as it like stays to the original, I'm like, wait a minute. Then it finally gets to the dun 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 dun, and I literally jumped out of my chair and like did a quick lap in my room. I was like that excited, just because it made me think of NXT UK, you know, and like that Gunther Walter, if you will, his matches with Tyler Bate and Ilya Dragunov. You know, those were
God Almighty.
Yeah, I remember I was in New Mexico working at the New Mexico State Fair in Albuquerque, and I missed that NXT. I think it was the NXT UK pay per view, and he faced Tyler Bate. And so when I got back to the hotel, because I was just traveling at that time, I had my laptop and I hooked up to the TV in there so I could watch 30 Network or whatever, Peacock, whatever it was, and watch that after I got back from like a 12-hour shift at the State Fair on my feet all day, and I smoked a joint. Oh my god, dude! I was like, damn.
Locked in.
Oh, dude, it was like a long match too. I forgot how long it was, but it was fucking fire. It was so good. So that's what that like song reminds me of. It's like that type of Walter Gunther, you know.
Oh yeah, it does. I know they're not going to give him his Walter name back for sure. They're going to keep him as Gunther, but I
He's been
think we're
Gunther for
going to
like
get
4 years now.
we're going to get the Walter mentality back, which is
I
going to
hope
make
so.
him even more dangerous. Which I thought they might have thrown him into the Vision pool with War Games at first, but I guess because he didn't lose the John Cena tournament, that would have been his way of getting like payback, taking out the aggression there. But I don't know. I'm I'm really concerned that we're gonna see Gunther and Cena in Saturday night's main event.
Concerned?
Yeah,
Why are you
I don't want to see
concerned?
that.
Why?
I don't want to because like I know Gunther is gonna be the face for a while once he gets the title back, but I don't think Gunther should be the one to take the win if they give it to him. If
I
they give it
know.
to somebody else. I don't know. I don't think I wouldn't be interested in it, I guess. I would be more interested in like someone younger. Like someone from
That
NXT.
I could get the age thing, but at the same time, I don't know. I guess you could almost argue 30s are the new like late 20s in wrestling.
Oh, I mean, yeah, if you look at the roster, the main people who are you in your main events, your title holders, are over 30,
Because
except
like
for
I
Matt
remember
Sydal.
growing up in the night, like watching in the 90s, late 90s. Obviously, this was before like the Attitude Era, but it was like the WWE would do these segments, the Huckster and the Nacho Man, and it was like Billionaire Ted segments, and it was them clowning on WCW because Hulk, and they called him Huckster because they didn't own the copyright at that point, was I don't know 30s, late 30s, whatever, maybe early 40s, and that was considered old in wrestling. And today that mentality carries, but it's more, you know, obviously the athleticism of people that age is way better than what it used to be.
Yeah.
If you were that age and you were as good as they were now, you were an anomaly back then. Obviously that was forever ago now, 30 years ago, or almost 30 years ago. But damn, that's crazy to say. I'm getting old. But yeah, I don't know. I don't have a problem with it just because that the athleticism, like Gunther's not like watched like in the ring. Like I mean, and Hogan wasn't necessarily watched at whatever the same age. he just definitely wasn't peak Hogan in ring at that point. And I would argue Gunther's probably peak in ring. I mean, you could argue, I could see the debate going either way from his Walter days now, but I don't know. It's a different
better
era.
shape.
It's completely different time frame now. That mentality has stuck around, but and I get it to the extent of more of like the booking premise. Like you're taking a spot from a younger guy that could be, and I get both sides of the coin though. Like I could see, okay, yeah, I see why Gunther at 39. He's still new technically to the main roster. He's only been on the main roster like 4 years, 3.5 years, 4 years, whatever it's been. Maybe a little bit longer. So he's not like a super stylish guy. Yeah, 2-time former world heavyweight champion now. So I guess you can argue he is. That's what I'm saying. I see both sides of the coin, but I wouldn't hate him beating Cena. Yeah, you could have your Mellows, Javon, Bronze do it. And I would prefer those, but I'm not against Gunther doing it if that's the option.
I feel like it should be someone and not completely copy, but someone that does the same thing or did the same thing that Cena done to Angle.
That's why I want him to lose the Dom at War Game, Survivor Series War Games, because that's if they're gonna do the whole he wins his retirement match thing, at least he put over Dom, who's in his 20s. Fucking crowd loves to boo, loves to cheer, chant for whatever. The crowd does whatever for him. They'll treat him like a heel. They'll treat him like a face in the same match. He's so over. So that's why I'm fine if like Dom wins that, and then Cena wins his retirement. I'm fine with it. As long as he puts over Dom, I'm fine with it.
Yeah, because if he goes against Gunther, I don't think he needs to have the IC title because I don't think Gunther needs it back.
No, not at all. Not at all. If it's Gunther does not need to go back down to that. And I don't say down like that's a downgrade. He just doesn't need to go to that point. Like if he gets to the point to where it's like, okay, what's left for him to do? And yeah, you could say that now. I mean, we could put him in the tag division again, reteam him back up with his good old buddy El Grande, but
oh God.
I don't mean like in that gimmick. I'm just saying that's who he is right now.
Yeah.
But
I just don't see them getting like they're gonna be friends outside WWE and stuff, but I don't think they'll be a tag team again.
No, maybe not, but yeah, so Gunther, man. Love that theme though. Then of course we close the show with what we kind of already talked about with the whole summit meeting face to face. At first it was just them all coming out the hills, and then Punk came out, and then the babyfaces came out one by one, just ready to fight. Led to an immediate brawl. And of course once the babyfaces were getting the upper hand, that's when Brock came out and beat down everyone. Got Triple Red, looked like he was gonna pop because he just gets so red.
Yeah, he did.
And then of course they did the whole the little fucking copyright logo thing and the whole producer text, because I was really like, all right, now here's where we get Roman. And then they did the whole like, oh, executive producer. I was like, oh shit, okay, well we're gonna have to wait till next Monday. I go, oh, that makes sense, it's live, I guess, so they'll make us wait an extra week. And then nope, they fooled us, kind of like the whole Johnny Gargano Ciampa Chicago situation. I was like, motherfuckers got me. And Roman came out and he did his stuff, and we had the whole holy shit chants as they stared each other down, and they fought. And you like my little noise? That's how they fight in my head.
Well, so the background stuff that was going on was really interesting. Like, as much as I've been a Roman fan since he debuted with the Shield, like I popped because Roman showed up. It wasn't like a big surprise pop, but like, all right, cool. They're standing there in the middle of the ring. But what got me is Paul Heyman, the Penguin, standing behind him doing the Brock Lesnar jump back and forth. Like he's getting ready to get
did he? I didn't notice that.
F5 the hell.
So he's doing the whole...
he's doing the whole bouncing back and forth like he's getting ready to jump on the damn ring. And I was just like, good Lord. So that built it up. I laughed at that shit. We even had the police show up, like NYPD's in the damn building.
Dude, they had the ugliest. They were like so baggy on some of them, they didn't fit. I was like, nah, come on, at least make them look like they're actual NYPD and not some fucking Halloween costume from Spirit. Come on.
They're sitting there. The
You're a $1 billion
Roman back up,
company. You have to have something in the
back
warehouse.
back up, Roman back up, and you
It was
see
cool to
Logan
see
Paul
Roman.
being
Yeah.
choked. With the
Yeah. And then
damn
Roman
finish.
spears fucking, what's his name? Was it Bronson? Through
Yeah,
the barricade, and he takes out 2 NYPD as well.
yeah.
I laughed so hard because
I
one of them
see.
was like all sprawled. It's like Peter Griffin. I started cracking up.
Yeah. It was
Yeah, the
a
NYPD
chaotic
was so
ending.
stupid. I was like, and what was funny to me is that no security or no NYPD were there until those two came out. I'm like, why do they?
Oh yeah,
Are they not supposed to be here? Why the fuck are the police here?
because you can't
I
stop
get
them
it.
two, by God.
Yeah. It was because the brawl was out of hand, so the police had to get involved. I get it. It was hilarious to me that the brawl wasn't out of hand until they showed up. You know what I mean? It was like it was pretty out of hand prior to that. You just added 2 more guys that are pretty meaty. Now you need the police. Oh no! Now it's Brock and Roman. Get the cops. I mean, we could definitely be saying that about Brock, but anyways, I don't know. No proof. Innocent to proven guilty. I'm just joking.
But there was after the show went off. I don't know if you've seen it, but I've seen like stuff where WWE's been keeping the footage rolling. And they
Oh
posted on their
yeah,
Twitter page.
yeah. I saw that. They're still brawling
Punk
and
told
stuff.
him, yeah, and then Punk told Roman, if you're here to stab me in the back or something like that, we're gonna have a problem. And Roman said, I won't do it to you in the back. I'll do it to your face and stab you in the heart.
You know what
Some
I would
shit
do
like
if I was
that.
booking this? I would take into account that they just filmed a fucking movie together where they're bro cops, and I would make them bro cops in the ring. Or zebro
The
cops or whatever the
zebras,
fuck they're called.
yeah,
Yeah. I'm
the
just joking.
zebras in
If you
Zootopia.
missed that news, they're voicing in the
God,
Zootopia movie or whatever the fuck movie it is.
yeah, that's hilarious. Because I think they're in the same squad car. Like,
No, they're like cop buddies. Like they literally play each other's like buddies in the film.
that's hilarious.
Yeah. So yeah, that was Raw. I mean, it was really good. We probably didn't make it sound like one of the best Raws of the year, but like legit, the crowd, just having all the top guys, appear. It was structured really well. Like from match to match, every match was good. We might have breezed over a lot of the in-ring stuff match-wise, but there was just so much going on when it comes to the tournament and new champions and Cena's last Raw and Dolph Ziggler returning. It was just it structured very well. Like, again, I did have my issues with, like, Dolph being a part of it, but I'm fine with it at the end of the day because I knew he'd make Solo look like a fucking $1 million, which he did. But yeah, I give this Raw a 5 out of 5, like, top to bottom.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, and I don't really like, giving stuff 5 out of 5s unless it really is there. But the MSG crowd and everything that happened, I can agree with you on that.
I'm totally not looking up spoilers to next week's NXT right now.
I seen Fightful posted that there was there was a big spoiler.
Okay, so all I'll say is Miles Bourne versus Trick Williams is an Iron Survivor qualifying match now.
Oh, nice. Thank God. We're only going to get one of them. John Cena, pick Miles. John Cena, pick Miles.
Wow. That's all I'm going to say. I'll probably forget next Tuesday until I watch it, but wow.
Yeah. I hate when they tape them back to back, though.
Well, it's in Thanksgiving, so. Yeah. I have a question. Since and we'll have. Actually, we'll ask this on air. Are we going to do a podcast next Tuesday? Are you going to be busy next week? Too busy? With the holiday on Thursday?
Tuesday. No. I'll be able to do a podcast Tuesday, yeah.
Okay. And then, because I was just curious. Because obviously with the holiday, sometimes people are like, oh, we're hosting, so we have to clean. That's usually me, so.
Yeah, so Thursday, or not Thursday. So Sunday, we're doing the in-laws because that's when they're going to be together. That's out of the family. And then Thursday, we do morning, so it won't have an issue there.
Nice. Yeah, I'll be good on Friday night too, because then plus we'll have Survivor Series next Saturday, anyways.
Speaking of that, Full Gear. Are you wanting to do it directly after Full Gear?
I'm down for either Sunday because there's no Bronco game this week. We're on a bye, so I'm down for either Sunday or even afterwards, whatever.
Okay. Yeah, either one works for me. Figure we can go ahead and figure that out while we're here.
What? Okay, let's go through this card because I actually don't even know off the top of my head
Oh my god, you don't know
what's
the full
happening.
group? I
I
don't
mean, I
either.
know the big ones. I know Joe and Hangman still cage. I know Mercedes stat. Okay, here it is. Okay, oh yeah, I forgot. So they just announced Darby Pack. That'll be cool.
Yes. Yep.
Of course, yep. Mark Kyle. If Mark loses, he's part of the Callis fam. Casino Gauntlet for the stupid national title that doesn't need to have it exist. Kenny Jurassic Express versus Josh and the Bucks. Rodito versus FTR. Hangman versus I already said that. And then we have 2 pre-show matches. $200,000 4-way tag match. Max Caster and Bowens versus Bang Bang Gang versus Big Bill and Keith versus the Outrunners, and then Boom and Doom, Big Boom AJ and QT Marshall versus RPG Vice. Honestly, on paper, like I'm not the most hyped. Like I'm really not too like I'm sure Fletcher and Mark will be great. This is like their 5th match though. Kenny, of course, I can't not be excited for Kenny. Stat Mercedes and Hangman and Joe's is like the only matches I'm like really most hyped for.
Yeah, I'm not really excited about the Casino Gauntlet
Oh,
this
it'll be fire
time.
though. Casino Guns are always so fun though.
Yeah, they are. The entrances will be interesting. The
Any surprises you
participants.
think?
Yeah, we'll get someone.
You know who I'm hoping for? The return of Bozilla. She was so good at Forbidden Door. And I had seen her once on Pro Wrestling Eve. And she was in that 4-way for Mercedes title at Forbidden Door. I'm hoping we see her in this. Oh, wait.
Well,
I'm stupid as
we
fuck. It's for
could.
the men.
I mean, we easily could, but hey,
Dude,
it
I
wouldn't
wasn't even saying
surprise
that
me.
ironically. I was being dead ass.
Oh, I know. I know. I know. Trust me.
Josh has lost his mind, chat. He wants to see Bozilla win the national.
Hey, on the positive side, she could come out and challenge Mercedes for one of those 13.
I'm over here
Okay?
thinking like it's all in and we're getting 2 fucking matches. Oh my god, I just immediately went to All In and thought about 2 Casino Gauntlets right away. You know who I could see being a surprise in this one that's not Bozilla?
Please.
I don't know, honestly, because I was being dead ass serious on that one.
I mean, honestly, I don't know. Unless there's like,
Oh
I don't think anyone that's been injured is healed enough to come back as a surprise.
no, yeah, I don't think we'll see Swerve or Osprey. Gosh, I don't know. I mean, of course, then the most ultimate surprise would be Adam Cole, but that's after what he said today, it ain't happening either. Maybe Dustin Rhodes return. Nah,
He just had
double
double
knee
knee
surgery.
replacement. Yeah.
Fuck, man.
Jay White, maybe? But yet again,
Ah, fucking! Then my headset fell off and pulled my own hair. Ow! I was like doing the O face, not the one from Athena. But anyway, my headset go. There it is. Don't look at my ass. Anyways, there we go. MJF. Yeah, there we go. My fiance Sarah in chat says MJF.
yeah, he could. And then lose it and cash in his contract.
What if we saw Matt Cardona? Your new AW National Champion, always ready, Matt Cardona. No, it's not gonna be the one who just signs unless they're like a big name. Hiroshi Tanahashi, he lied. His last date now in the UN.
There's really no surprises, I don't think, for that match.
Kota Ibushi on one leg. He'll come in on a scooter and just hit everyone.
Have you seen him training? Like he had surgery. He's already training. I seen a video of him he was doing like leg squats with a wheelchair.
That's crazy.
The dude won't just sit down.
He should sit down.
Insane.
Did you know he's a nepo baby? Not in the world of wrestling, but like his family's like rich in Japan, and like so like
not.
He doesn't like if he was like doing this for money, he doesn't need to because his family's rich.
That's crazy. I did not know that.
He just does it for the game, bro. He doesn't care.
So we could see show up different aspects, like maybe to challenge Statlander would be Dakota Kai. King Kai, I think is what she goes by now.
King Kota. Well, she kind of went by King Kota when she was Dakota, but I don't know. I don't know if we'll get any surprises besides MJF. That actually does make the most sense. Gabe Kidd, we did just see him on Wednesday, so I'm sorry, I was just answering Sarah in the chat. She's like Gabe Kidd. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who could be unless they do like Nigel again, but they've already done that. I could see some new. I could see like Ishii being in this, or like
Ishii's hurt.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
The injury bug is bad right now for AEW, unfortunately.
Then it'll be the return of Marco Stunt and Sean Spears. Just kidding. And Brian Pillman Jr. Ray Phoenix. And Andrade. And Andrade and Ray Phoenix are gonna team. Sorry, that wasn't even that funny.
There's oh my God.
What if it's Jericho? Or Jericho comes out and wins a national title?
That'd be interesting.
That would suck.
It'd be surprising.
I'd be like, what are you doing here? This ain't Saudi. Sorry.
He does what he wants. Who's the other guy that was injured? Brian Cage? Is that who it was?
Brian Cage. Yeah, no, he had like another injury or something.
Oh, Jesus. Wardlow can't come back yet.
No.
He'll get injured again, unfortunately. There's no surprises.
Wrap him in bubble wrap. Give him a bubble boy gimmick, damn it. No.
There's no surprises, I don't think. You actually
just fuck it. Put Jerry Lynn in it. Fuck it.
Who the hell? Who did Takeshita just beat?
Yes.
For the IWGP.
Zack Sabre.
Yes, Zack Sabre Jr. He's the only one.
I wouldn't be against that. And they've done that before, but I wouldn't be against it. What else from New Jersey? Ooh, they should do El Desperado again. That'd be fire.
That would be.
I love El Despi. I don't know. I really can't think of any others. But Bozilla, fuck it, Bozilla. That was the dumbest thing I've ever said. Not really, because I love Bozilla, but I just didn't think about that at all. But yeah, we're about an hour and a half in this bitch. I think that's a good time to call it.
The Bozilla's what got us.
Bozilla, man. That's when you know I'm done. All right. You guys can follow me everywhere. Josh Vibes Up on Twitch, Kick, YouTube, TikTok. I do a lot of gaming on my Kick, so make sure you follow that for mainly gaming. But I do multi-stream my wrestling reactions on all platforms as well. I do have Patreon, all that stuff, so just hit that link down. I'm sure it's wherever you're watching, and follow me everywhere.
It's done there.
Well, what if they're listening?
If they're listening, then
I always used to put all the links in the bios when I used to do it that way. I don't know how you do it, but you froze on my end. I don't know what happened.
Oh, I do. I don't know how I'm still here. The internet cut out of my house.
I like how you're still coming. I don't know how I'm still here. My internet's actually dropped.
Like, I'm looking at the box. It's red. Like,
all right,
we're still going there.
Go. Say where are you shit.
Of course, you can follow me here on YouTube or TikTok, Twitch, Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. The Kraken
Hurry before you fully drop. Come on. Yes, Kraken Wrestling everywhere. But guys, we'll be back Friday, possibly Saturday night or Sunday. Just depends. We'll have to talk about it. But we'll have a full gear specific podcast because we ain't gonna try to tie that to next fucking Tuesday. That's just gonna be too much. So
no, that's way too much. Yeah.
The fact that we could do 2 shows and yap for an hour and a half is crazy. I mean, we talk more than just the shows, but it's crazy.